This is Sam Carter. I'm bringing you the Senior Twist News from Monday, July 27th. First, the Iran news. The president has continued to pause hostilities for the third consecutive night after nearly 2 weeks of airstrikes. The administration claims that this pause is giving more weight towards more peace talks with the regime. The regime of Iran? Okay. So Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, will attend the funeral of Senator Lindsey Graham with President Trump today. The body has been lying in state at the Capitol prior to services that are going to be held in Washington and South Carolina. You may remember that Lindsey Graham's sister is taking his place as senator until the next election. And in Germany, a 21-year-old man who rammed his vehicle into a gay pride march in Berlin, killing one and wounding dozens of others before eluding police, was shot and killed by officers when he allegedly charged officials and brandished a knife. What could go wrong? In ICE news, they're getting ready to ramp up their deportation efforts to rid the United States of hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants who live, work, and pay taxes in the United States. Their temporary protected status is being terminated. No surprise to anyone. A shooting at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival left 3 people dead and several wounded, including a toddler. Police say it was a gunfight between 2 men, not an attack on the crowd. One suspect is in custody, and the other is still being sought. Folks, I know that all of our hearts and prayers go out to those affected by the terrible weather over the last 3 or 4 months on a daily basis who have been affected across the whole country. I watch ABC News simply because it's not yet owned by someone who cozies up to the current administration. Nearly every national episode of ABC News begins with breaking news regarding the weather. If not the weather, then it's the war. But flash floods, flooding in general, tornadoes, hurricanes, everything. Folks, most of these people have lost everything. Wrap your head around that for a moment. What would it be like to not have a home to go home to? You've lost everything. Maybe, the fires or floods have ruined everything inside the home as well. And then I think of people like me who would have no place to go. I don't have relatives that would take me in. It's just a disaster. And what I'm not seeing on the news are relief efforts on a national scale, like FEMA, joining with the Red Cross and other local and national organizations. I don't know where to begin. These poor people. They're trying to put a brave face on it, but they've lost everything. But I'm not seeing it on the news. I'll tell you this. The war that we are funding in Iran right now, just what we spent already, never mind the overall defense budget. All of that money could have been used for relief for all of these victims who have lost everything. We have enough money. We're the richest country on earth. But all that money is being allocated to a war that we never wanted in the first place. And 75% of Americans on both sides of the aisle and independents, they agree with us. The cost of the war so far could have funded Americans' health care, rebuilding people's homes, helping out our farmers, and more. And still, the tab would be less than what we spent already. All right? Just saying. It makes no sense whatsoever that we just have a few handful of people that are dictating the way that the money that you earned and was taxed is going towards. On day one, you were promised affordability. You were promised no new wars. You were promised, you know the drill. Not one of these promises, probably other than immigration, has been met. So again, our hearts and prayers go out to all those people affected by the bad weather. And finally, this being the first episode, it's going to get better. Yes, I'm old as dirt. I have more wrinkles every day, and I have missing teeth that I can't afford to replace. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm Sam Carter, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.